Welcome to Creatives Cafe. I'm Susan, and here's what's on the menu today. We are content creators here on YouTube, and we need to make the decisions that affect how we are projected throughout our community. There's several issues that I could go through, but the one I want to talk about today is the decisions that we make, and that's all in the process. And I'm talking from the software that we use, the platforms that are free or paid for, what our budget is. All of these different factors go into what we do as content creators. And it's a sometimes difficult decision. But if you look at the overall picture of where you're starting as a new YouTuber like myself, it's very difficult to think about what the long term of any project that you put together is going to actually turn out to be. So, in the meantime, I've made certain executive decisions concerning Creatives Cafe. If you look behind me now, you'll notice that from the other videos that I've posted, uh, I took down the cafe as my initial creative background. And not that it didn't work for me or that I didn't use it, but I needed to work back there on other projects. So I have put the studio back up because I do have projects coming. Sometimes we'll settle into the complacency of um, quote unquote still like an artist's idea, which means if you if you really look at all of the different videos out there by content creators, it's almost I don't even know what the word is. It's like stamp and repeat, stamp and repeat. Everybody looks the same, everybody sounds the same, and thumbnails even look the same. There's a lot of hype, but that's what gets the clicks happening. Instead of clicks, how about actually creating something that is unique to you and to what product, if it's yourself, that that you're trying to put out there as your message. Now, my message is actually pretty easy for me because I'm a photographer. I've created websites, and I've created my own, and I call it my palette because I've actually, created a free website from scratch, and the video is will be in the description below. And it's with Google. And I don't want to go on a tangent, but my goodness, Google has everything that a person who feels that they're not creative enough to do the things that they need to do on their own will take every single free AI tool out there to create their video, their music, their script, um, their images. And I use AI for images all the time. Well, not all the time. Sometimes I'll use my own photography on my website. But to just make an executive decision to have AI do all the work for you, the question is is that the decision that you as a creative want to be or show when it comes to the new deal, which is now called faceless videos? Because I understand. Look, you gotta look into a camera and believe that you're talking to 100 people. You have to start a live stream with 0 people on your live stream. Now that's something I haven't actually tackled yet, and it's just when you're live streaming, you want to have interaction happening. Well, even for smaller channels, you have to make the decision to just go ahead and put yourself out there and decide that this is what you are going to do. So I have been struggling with platform usages for live streaming, and I did settle on one. There's a factor that we should probably consider as well. Um, it's called how many videos can I make in a week or day? How many times should I go live? Should I go live? Should I have interviews? When you look at the big picture, these are your executive decisions as a creative. I'm new at this. I'm not a newbie at this, but I'm new at this particular stage of my content creation. Back in the day, uh, I was doing this before this became the thing to do. Now, I was there at the beginning of Zoom when they had their virtual meetups. I was turning people on to that, and they're like, there's Skype. What do I need Zoom for? And then all of a sudden, Skype went away or got bought away, and Zoom became like the number one virtual meetup out there. Of course, now you have for businesses, you have Zoom, you have Teams, you still have Skype, you have Slack, you have Discord, um, or chat rooms, things like that. Then it was, let's download a piece of software, let's get something for free. We're talking about OBS, we're talking about downloading Ecamm or vMix. Any of these are the decisions as a creative you make. Then you have your web-based platforms, and there's, the biggest one out there, from I'd say what 2018, 2019, all the way up to uh, 2024 was StreamYard. And I spent 2.5 years with StreamYard. Loved the program, loved the platform. It was great. And things happen, hands change, and folks move on, and they look for other platforms, Restream and Melon and BeLive and Wave.video. Now there's EV Mux, which is the one I chose, being the executive of my environment, my business, what I do, how I want to present my content on YouTube. Here's the thing, there is nothing out there that is stable enough that a content creator wants to complain about. You know, this issue and that issue, and I went live and things didn't work out well, and so forth and so on. And oh, they don't have this tool inside of there, and why not? Other programs have it. They bash it, and then later on they say, oh, well, I kind of found a workaround. Well, okay. So you bashed it and then you found a workaround, and then you're like, well, I'm just going to stick with it just to see what happens. If it happens again, I'm going to have to move on. Uh, where does that put folks who are just starting out, uh, between the rock and the hard place, or a quagmire where they're saying, well, wait a minute. First they praise the software, now they're telling me that they're leaving the software. Then they're saying they're not. Then they're saying they found a workaround. You have to do your own due diligence. And that's why I have what's called it's all in the process. Because unless you go through it, and unless you take precedence and over it, and practice with it and learn it and know what your limitations are as far as what your computer can do, what your internet access can do, what your up and down speed, how much work do you want to put in, how easy do you want it to be, how simple. you know it could get as simple as not even wanting to use these online web-based platforms. You get your camera, you set it up, you record, you take your SSD card out or your SD card out, you plug it into your computer, you download it, and you upload it to YouTube without anything. No editing, no nothing, no this, no that. Maybe it's a one shot deal. Do I edit or do I not edit? Let me tell you something about editing. That is a trial, error, practice, reward, confirmation of you actually learning something and applying it to your creativity. So don't get discouraged because you hear this and then you hear that, and then you're sitting there in the middle going, and you don't do anything. I mean, you don't go anywhere. You don't put anything out there. So I say for all of us who are just getting started, just what the heck? Not only will it give us uh, a freedom to know that we do have these choices, but it also gives us the freedom to know that we can continue to be creative in the process. You know, maybe we don't need to learn all the different AI tools that will do all the work for us. Maybe we do need or want to get back to ground zero, or leveling the ground that we stand on as creatives, and do the work ourselves, practice, develop our skill. There's still AI out there to assist us, which is actually what AI should be, our assistant, not our producer. We do the producing. We should be doing the creating. Oh, all over YouTube, you're going to see, there's 100 free AI tools out there that will do the work for you. You have so many choices. And as the CEO of your own business, your own creation, your own cafe of creativity, make good decisions around the work. I'm not saying it has to be perfect because I'm not perfect and neither is anyone else out there. However, we do want to say something, we do want to present something, and we do want to share some of our talent, some of our knowledge, and ourselves. So I wish everyone the best starting out on this journey. I hope that this helps anyone who is starting this journey or is in the process as they're working through this journey. Below, I will have a link to EV Mux. I'm sure everybody is affiliated with EV Mux. They have an affiliate link, and even if they don't use the software, they probably have links to all of everything else, even though they don't use the software. I try to put down in my description affiliations that I actually use. All right, so thanks for being here, and we'll see what else is on the menu.